Hey, what's up, guys? This is JC Mounduix, and today I'm sitting with Big Brother royalty. Stay tuned. This is Big Brother
You're tuned
Small
in to
World.
AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What up? Oh
Hi.
my God. How's everything, Robyn?
Amazing. Today we were talking about it's like perfect timing that if the cast is done and locked, BB21. I feel great. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Yeah, so many cool things going on right now, and even with you, and I'm actually happy for you because I can only imagine all the stress you're going through, finding
So
all these
much.
people and stuff.
So much stress.
I want to tell you thank you so much for being here, and you made me so happy because I don't know if you remember, but before I got casted on Big Brother, you were so intimidating to me, and I never get intimidated by anyone, but for some reason, every time I saw you, I'm like, I just don't want to be next to her. I feel like I'm shaking or something.
I was totally going to bring that up today and be like, remember when you were scared of me at the beginning? Every time I'd walk in the prep room,
Yeah.
and I'm like, hi, and you just stare at me. I'm like, this guy's
Yeah.
going to bomb.
I don't know
He's
why.
gonna suck.
I don't know why, but it was only with you, you know?
Thanks.
Yeah, it's so okay. So I
I don't know how to react to that, happy or not, but I feel like I'm not a super intimidating person, but
I think it's a good thing because I never get intimidated, even by really tall people or something.
Really tall.
Or
I am not a really tall person.
Yeah, and then you're not really that tall and everything, but every time you walk by, I'm like, I just don't want to talk. I feel like I don't know. I had no explanation to tell you why.
Well, I'm glad you're not still scared of me.
I mean, yeah, no, right now I'm really not. So thank you. And you're a really nice person too, so there is no reason to be scared of Robyn, please.
Thank you for saying that.
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this show before, but this is mostly an interview, but mostly like a conversation.
Sure.
And you are a celebrity. You are very known. You are, oh my God, Big Brother is top 3 reality TV shows in America. So, and you are the one in charge of finding all these people that they all have careers, and most of them do like really cool things after the show.
Yeah.
So you are like big personality. I'm very excited to have you here.
I mean, I'm very, very lucky. I love my job. I love Big Brother. Obviously, it has been, really a huge part of my entire adult life. I mean, I started on Big Brother US 2. I've done 20 seasons of Big Brother US. I've done 7 seasons of Big Brother Canada. I love the show. I'm a fan of the show. So I consider myself very, very lucky to have this job.
That's pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure also a lot of people always ask you questions about the show, about the casting process.
Yep.
But the interview, even though we're gonna talk about that, I
Okay.
wanna actually get to know you a little bit. I wanna talk about the Robyn,
Which is so weird for me to,
Yeah.
to talk about something non-reality TV
exactly.
related.
No. Let's see who Robyn is.
What do you have?
I wanna ask you, where do you come from? Like, where are you from? Are you Californian?
I am born and raised Valley girl.
Oh,
Believe it or-
really?
I know there's not many of us here. Yeah, I am from Valley, born and raised in Granada Hills, and literally I've never lived anywhere else. I have traveled the world. I have been to all the continents. I've traveled and seen amazing things, but I've always lived here. And I love living here. Even when I go to amazing places, those last few days, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm ready to get home. I love living in LA, except for the traffic this morning. Horrible. But yeah, I am like an LA girl through and through.
Oh, nice. And how do you got into this
Crazy
casting?
business.
Yeah, casting world and business, and it is pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it is. Well, you know what? When I graduated college, I was like one of those, like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with my life. Living here in Los Angeles, one benefit is television is just all around you. And sometimes it grabs you when you're not even expecting it. I didn't know if I was going to be in TV. The funny thing is, growing up, I always did love game shows and dating shows way before your time, but I used to love like the Newlywed Game and the dating game. I don't know why. I was just fascinated by them. And when I was 21, 22, I met, I guess, my mentor, Jackie Pittman, who was also in casting. And she was working on a show called The Big Date. It was on USA Network, and the host was Mark Wahlberg, not the Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg, who is the host of
Temptation Island.
Thank you.
Right?
Good.
Yep.
Thank you, God.
I got you.
Who is the host of Temptation Island now? He was the host of the show, The Big Date, and I went to Jackie and I was like, I have no experience. I feel like I'd be good at casting, and that was before the internet. I mean, literally, when I say like we were recruiting people, like my job as a cute 21-year-old was to go to clubs 7 nights a week with a Polaroid camera, a pad of paper, and a pen, talk to cute boys, get their numbers. Like, I thought it was the greatest job in the world because I was like, that, like, you are paying me to go to clubs every night. They're paying my entrance fee. I'm getting people's numbers. I'm flirting with people. So much fun. Bring them in, do this dating show. And I really learned all my interview skills there. And I was in casting for dating shows for a couple of years when reality TV started, when The Real World and Survivor 1 first started. And I think we were all sort of figuring out how to make it work. And the production companies would go to people like me who had real people experience, people who worked in dating shows and game shows, who were used to talking to real people, not necessarily auditioning actors. So I was fortunate enough to get my foot in the door at the very beginning. Big Brother 2 was sort of my first big reality show. And back then, I mean, there were only a couple of us who did what I did. And we were all figuring it out as it went. We didn't exactly know what was happening. We were figuring out the testing back then. We were figuring out how to find people back then. And again, it was a lot more traveling then. We had to handpick people and interview people. There wasn't any Skype. There wasn't any, Instagram to talk to people. There was no email. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that because I know the casting process for most of the show, not only Big Brother, requires a lot of interviews and conversations back and forth. I can only imagine just doing that through the phone or bringing the person, that person to have them in front of you. I can't even.
Back in the day, at the beginning, Big Brother, 2. I'll talk more about Big Brother because it's something we're both familiar with.
Yeah.
Big Brother 2 through, I don't know, maybe like 11. You couldn't apply online. You had to send in a VHS tape of yourself.
What?
Swear. So my staff, if you walked in my office, everybody had those teeny little, like, black and white TVs with the VHS player.
I've seen those,
they break like every other day. And we would have a PA go to our PO box every morning and bring boatloads of envelopes, and we'd sit around in a circle, open up the envelope, get the VHS tape. Like, it was a whole thing.
I can only imagine.
And when it went, I wish I took more pictures back then. When it went, when it was really close, those last few days when it came up to the deadline, we would have truckloads of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stacked envelopes, and people would send crazy shit all the time, like bribe stuff, like send us presents. They were always weird. I remember we got like a mannequin head, and you get like pots and pans, and one guy sent us fireworks, like totally illegal fireworks. I don't even know how it got there. And we'd sit around, we'd put them in different regions, like everybody from my staff, I'd be like, all right, you're East Coast, you're West Coast, and we'd separate all those things, and we'd sit around, open up envelopes.
What do you guys do with all those tapes? Because that's...
I mean, I would guess it's in some sort of Big Brother storage. It would be Big Brother, so something at CBS. I don't know. Don Wallman might know after all these years.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Crazy. Well, thank you to technology. I mean,
really,
it
has
made
it
our
lives
somehow.
easier. Holy crap.
But at the same time, it actually kind of... What do you think? Do you think this new age right now of Twitter and online stuff, do you think it has helped the game? Or do you think it's kind of like... I don't know. I don't want to say bring it down because it doesn't really bring it down, but it does scare a lot of the players about playing. Because I was talking about that not long ago, and I'm like, so some people go into the game and they're really thinking about all this hate that could happen or all this stuff. Maybe they don't really want to play the game that much. So with technology comes two things, good things and bad
Sure.
things.
Sure.
So what do you think? Do you think technology is all this new Twitter time?
I mean, when it comes to
happen.
social, I mean, obviously, Big Brother is number one when it comes to all social media. It's very interactive. You can watch the people 24/7. That's obviously the great part of Big Brother and being a part of it. But I don't think anyone is prepared for the aftermath. I don't think anybody is prepared to go from 0 to 1,000 overnight. And I think it's great, and I love Big Brother fans. I like interacting with them. I'm pretty interactive on Twitter. I like to answer questions as much as possible. I like to listen to things that they're saying. But on the flip side, there's really mean, horrible things that people say just to get reactions and just to be mean. And it's hurtful, and there's no way to sort of prepare for it when you come off of the show. And unlike as you know, unlike any other show, any other reality show, you shoot the show, Survivor, you shoot the show, you come home, you relax, and now you get to watch the show play out with the fans. You can see how you're being portrayed. You can see what's happening. It's slow, it's gradual.
You can explain yourself, maybe something happened.
Sure. And Big Brother, you go in having 100 people who know you, and you come out with 500,000 who want to say horrible things about you.
You said just right now it goes from 0 to 1,000, and that's one of the
it's hard.
The craziest things ever that I've ever experimented. Because I remember that night when I got in sequester,
I remember that
and then like coming out after the whole show thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what just happened? It's just in a short period of time. You go in not knowing anyone, and then you go out with all this craziness. Because it's craziness, good things, bad things.
Yeah. And when you're inside, especially towards the end, it's quiet-ish. You're just around 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
And then you go out and thousands of people want to touch you and take pictures of you. And it is, I always say, embrace it. It's fun. The fans love the show so much. But on the flip side, you have to be somewhat prepared for the negativity. And, I've had so many conversations with house guests when they come out on how to relate to social media. And it is hard. I would never say, do this, it's super easy, just ignore it, because I deal with the hate too. Some house guests enjoy it, and some house guests it's really hurtful.
Yeah.
I
spent most of my season quoting you, saying, someone told me that this is gonna be the best summer of my life, and right now when I think about that, I actually don't think it was the best summer of my life. I'm sorry.
Really? What was the best summer of your life?
I still have in my head that the best summer of my life is gonna be probably going to an exotic island, or I don't know, Hawaii, and just drinking margaritas and just being in front of the sea.
You're gonna be there drinking margarita going, it would be so much fun to be in the Big Brother house right now.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. Anyways, let me tell you. So yesterday, I posted on Twitter that I was gonna have you on the show, and then out of nothing, I've been getting questions for you all over, even emails. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Right.
Some people don't want to put their questions out there on Twitter, so I got some emails too.
Here's a private question for Robyn.
Yeah. So, a lot of people were focusing on the showman's thing. When you cast people, do you think about the showmans that could happen? When you have someone in front of you, you're like, oh, I could match this person with this one. Just go with the flow, and it just happens. Yeah. How does the showman thing happens?
I have, in all of my seasons of the show, I don't think I've ever once predicted a showmance.
Really?
Big Brother will always be a show with a handful of single, good-looking people in it. But I've never actually predicted who. I'm trying to think on your season who I think it's always funny to say it afterwards, because after the show it's insanity. But I think I thought Winston and Haley might get together. And this is going to be crazy, and I don't even know why I thought it. I thought that Bailey and Brett might be a showmance. I don't know why. It makes no sense. I don't know why I thought it. I thought
Angela and Brett were gonna be a showmance.
Okay, I mean it could. That's the thing. It's like now it's all ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
But going into it, I never predict it. I never think it's going to happen. And listen, we can talk about all the showmances that happen. And I wish I had all of their audition videos here, because some people, of course, go in and say, I'm not looking for it, but like if it happens, great. I hope there's cute guys, blah, blah, blah. And then some people like Cody of Cody and Jessica are like, no way in hell. Like, there will not be a girl who's going to take my eye off the game. I mean, he was in love 30 seconds after he walked in that house.
Yeah.
But if you go back to his tape, some of them I'm like, yeah, I could tell. Like, she's waiting for somebody or he's waiting for somebody. But some people go in saying, Swaggy came in and said, no way. My number one rule, no way am I going to fall for a girl that will take my eye off the game. If you remember, that first time after he even kissed Bailey, he went in the bathroom and was like talking to himself, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because he knew it was going to throw his game off. And you get in that house and things just happen.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. But I do think that Big Brother has more lasting relationships. And I think you guys have talked about this maybe before, is because unlike, you know, The Bachelor, where it's a fairy tale and you fall in love with like the luxury and the clothes and the cars and the jewels and the dresses and the hair and makeup, it's very easy to fall like that. And in Big Brother, you see the other people every day. You see them at their best, their worst, when they're angry, when they're happy, no makeup, when they're feeling sick. And it's like, if you get through that, it's real, true emotions.
Yeah.
What you usually see in a relationship after a year, you see in a few weeks, and that's why people fall in love.
Is it fulfilling to know that thanks to you, you know, there is babies being born and stuff? You're like the second mother,
right? I'm waiting
that?
for like one of these babies, the middle name to be Cass. I've said it to every single person.
They haven't done it.
Nobody.
Really?
I'm like, it's a good boy name, girl name, middle name, like and they're like, ha ha ha. And in my head, I'm like, no, really, Cass. No, really, Cass is a good middle name.
Well, Tyler and Angela, if you're watching this, please, Robyn is waiting for that Cass middle name in a baby.
Just waiting. Come on, little Cass, so cute.
I think it would be fair, right?
Yeah.
You put them together.
Thank you.
They're thanks to you.
I made that baby happen.
No, I agree with you 100%. Okay. So a lot of people were asking me about like all the social media and stuff. So has it ruined the experience of watching your people, the people that you casted? Has the social media ruined it? Because sometimes you're watching, right, and live
mean,
feeds
like,
or
for
something.
me,
Yeah,
or-
for you.
Okay.
Has it ruined it? Like, because probably you casted someone and in the casting process they were one way, and then when you see them in the live feeds and when you see people talking about them and stuff, has it like bother you or like really seeing different?
No, I mean, here's the thing. The thing is, sort of the beauty of reality TV is there's no 100% way of doing any sort of casting. You know, I mean, I spend a lot of time with the people in the hotel. We interview, they go through different situations. There's no way for us to 100% tell how these people are going to react in a situation with people that they've never met before. I can sort of tell. People tell me what they think their strategy is. People talk to me about how they think they'll be in the house. You do not know how you're going to be. So I'm always surprised at how people are in the house. As far as social media, not really. I mean, I am very paternal of all the house guests. I mean, I am very protective. I don't like anything bad being said about any of them at any time. I don't care which alliance it is. I don't care which side it is. I feel very very attached to every single person who goes in that house. So if I'm going to go through any sort of social media while the show's on, I just have to take it with a grain of salt. These people don't know these people. And, they love to attack me for things that are done and said in the house.
Yeah,
And
everyone always thinks that you are completely, fully responsible for that cast.
Every word that comes out of your mouth is because of me. Every word.
Yeah, and that's not true. And I mean, and at the same time, I can tell you. I mean, I lived in the house. I made it 99 days there, so I can tell you that really it drives you crazy. Sometimes I see some of my conversations that I was having in the house. I'm like, in what kind of mental state I was there there that I was having this conversation. This doesn't even is something I would talk about. But when you don't have TV, you don't have nothing.
No.
You see the same people over and over, morning to night. Like, you know, you don't even have the sun sometimes. I mean, you go crazy. It's a human thing.
Yeah, and you know what? You have the same conversations with all of your friends and all the people listening now and all of the fans of Big Brother. You guys all have conversations with your friends that upset them. You say something and I'm sorry, but it's like your friends don't rehash that for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm still mad at you for that one thing that you said 5 years ago. It's like, are you kidding? I thought we apologize and we've been friends for like what?
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing is, you forget about the cameras, you have
really
conversations, you talk about silly stuff, you say stuff, and then you get over it. And then to come out and have people remind you, remember, here's the video of you saying this.
This is what you did.
Like,
This is
really?
what, in my case, a blind spot thing. You still follow me everywhere because I thought there was a blind spot in the house, so I would get naked on that part and change, and then I realized that there's pictures and everything like right there. I was like,
wait, where
really?
did you think there was a blind spot? That's hilarious.
In the Hamnat room, like on one of the corners in the Hamnat room. It's not,
so you're like shaking.
No, I was not
naked.
like shaking. I was not shaking it. I was just changing right there because the bathroom, it was too uncomfortable to me.
Yeah.
And that was not.
Honey,
it wasn't
no,
a blind spot. Yeah, no, I know that now. So.
And people will continue to send you the video.
Will. The other day I
I
posted a video and there was pictures of me on the blind spot. I'm like, really, dude? Like,
yeah,
really?
I get it.
Like, I get it. I know there is no blind spot right now.
we get it. We understand.
I got a lot of questions. People asking me this. I didn't want to, but it was so many questions that I had to.
Okay.
So, do you regret casting anyone in those 20 years of Big Brother?
Totally. I would never tell you who, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's the answer.
I know the answer, but
I'm not gonna.
I think I know it is.
Regret is a tough word.
Yeah.
I don't want to say regret because there are things about every cast that I love, and I do think that when a cast comes together, it's magical how they all respond. There are definitely people who I thought would be better players. You know, for me, and fans, I just want you to play the game. Even if you're bad at it, even if you make the wrong decisions, you know, I just want you to be involved and realize you're in a game and there is a goal. That's what I care most about. The people who, there have been a handful of people who it's very easy to get in, get distracted, and think you're just tanning for the summer. And I look cute in my bikini or my swim shorts and who cares? Oh, what? Game? That's frustrating, especially, in interviews, we talk a lot about the game and about strategy and what you're going to do and how you're going to play.
Yeah, you guys really do try to bring people to play the game. So it's not really your fault that once they get there, they're like, okay, well, whatever.
And we try really hard to find people who not only want to play the game, but want to win the game and get to the end. And what people don't understand is there have been people in the past, not so much on your season, but there have been people in the past who are like, oh, I just want to leave, or I just want to get to jury. And fans don't understand it's hard in that house. And it's just like anything. Have you ever been on vacation and hated the place that you're in? You just want to get back to the hotel, or you just want to go to sleep, and you say those things. It doesn't mean that you really and truly wish that you weren't in this house. It means at that moment you said something, you're frustrated, you hate the person that's in the bed next to you, and you just want to get out of there. It's really hard, and emotions are heightened. And I don't care so much about people who sort of say that as long as they keep playing, and that's usually what happened. But there have been a handful of people that I thought would go in and really play hard, and then they just relax.
And also, I think no matter what, it was one of the things that I actually admire the most in people. It's just being grateful. You know, it's just very important to me. Even though, I can tell you right now, and I'm not shy to tell you that it was not the best summer of my life, I'm grateful because it did change my life. You know, and since I got a Big Brother, I haven't stopped doing cool things and stuff. Even though right there I went crazy, I got fat, I shaved my head. It was. I had a Britney moment. And then,
well, I always say, whoever wins the money deserves the money because it is hard.
It is hard.
It is crazy. It is hard. You are going to laugh. You are going to cry. You're going to go insane. It is hard. And the person who wins the money will deserve it because they made it to the end.
Exactly. But no one put like a knife on my throat with like, you have to be here in the Big Brother house. No, you guys just give me the opportunity and I put myself there. So I'm very grateful for that. And I have a really good relationship with almost everyone outside the show. Not only cast, you know, also to you. And I do think some players don't really have some past house guests don't have the same point of view or perspective I have. So it's kind of sad, you know, that those people give you a chance, those people give you a platform, and now you are just attacking them because maybe something didn't go your way. It's kind of selfish. Yeah, that's how I see it.
For them, I would say for the most part, the players are fairly grateful. I think to me, you know, I guess I would be, you know, one of the. You know, one of the people who got them in the house. And I think that for the most part, people are grateful and thank me. And it always feels good. Always feels good to know that I did something life-changing and hopefully you use it to your advantage.
Okay. So what happened if someone has auditioned for 5 times to go on Big Brother and they never got a call back or nothing? Should that person just quit or should they keep trying?
They should definitely keep trying. And I know that people all know the stories of, there have been so many house guests who have tried out multiple times before they get on the show. And what I say is you know, it's once a year and lives change a lot in a year. Clearly your life has changed a lot in a year. Definitely. And I'm not saying just house guests, but life events make you a different person. So some people will say, should I just send in the tape that I sent in, or not send in the tape? Should I just apply with the same video that I applied last year? No, don't do that because you're a different person.
Exactly.
And things that come within that year change you and maybe make you better. A lot of people will come and audition for the show and they just graduated college and they have no plans over the summer and they don't know what to do with their life. For me, that's not necessarily the best person. I'd rather have you live a little life. I'd rather you come back once you have traveled, once you broke up with your boyfriend, once you got married, once you had a kid, once you had some sort of tragedy in your life, once you have lived, and that definitely makes you a different person. So keep applying. If you love the show, like I love the show, don't give up. Keep applying, and hopefully you will get on.
Sweet. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, if you send an application 5 years ago and you send one right now, it's obviously not gonna be the same you. Yeah. I mean, me 5 years, it wasn't definite. I mean, 1 year ago only. So that makes a lot of sense. So when someone
I will also say, it's also funny when people will like write to us and be like, should I apply again? You guys, it takes like 15 minutes to apply. If you think that it's so dramatic and you don't have the time to apply, then don't do the show. You know what I mean? Like, love the show, set a half a day out, think about your video. Like, it's not really, you don't have to make a VHS tape and send it in to
right,
me.
It's so easy.
All you have to do is go on
your phone and submit.
You can do it on your phone, on the computer. It literally takes 15 minutes. So is it worth it for you? You tell me. If you think it's too much pain, then like don't do the show.
Yeah. Did you ever heard this story about like how I applied to the show?
No, well, you were at the open call.
Yeah, how I show up to the open call.
No, tell me.
It's gonna be really quick. Okay. So the day before, I was drinking with my friends, and I had parked my car somewhere around where the open call was, and so I decided not to drive because I was really, really drunk.
Okay.
So and then next morning we woke up looking for my car and we saw a line.
You're like, let's go.
And then, let's go. This is a reality show. Let's go. And I show up there. Chris was the one who got me, and I really wanted to throw up and everything because I was so hungover. And I'm like, this man is asking me questions about this show, and I have no idea what to say. I'm like, dude, I'm just a minority for everything. Like, I'm short, gay, Latino. Just you're gonna check a lot of marks if you get me.
You know what? Sometimes those are sort of the best because it's the authenticity. It's the like, I don't know it's that we are just trying to get your personality.
Yeah.
So the people who are like, who have rehearsed what they're going to say to us for the last 3 nights and like, this is what I'm going to say. It's like, those are the people who end up bombing at the open call because they've thought too much about it. It's the people who are like winging it and having a good time and go with the flow. Then we can see what you're really like. And I'm sure that's what Christopher loved about you.
Yeah.
And you're short and you're gay. And
yeah, I know that stuff. Well, shout out to Christopher. Hey. Okay, so I also wanted to ask you, do you guys follow like a path to cast people every year, or is it always the same? You always look for the same, or depending on the year, you look for different stuff? People been asking me that a lot too.
I know.
They ask me also about the other cast because they want to see all the people there. But I mean, you bring the people, but at the end, producers and CBS have like the final decision. So how does that work?
It's every season is pretty much the same, especially when we start out casting.
Yeah.
I mean, usually Christopher and I will have a conversation about different places that we want to visit. We try to go to states that we haven't been in the last couple times. We try to go to big cities. And I know people hate when I say this, but like, the best people come out. We don't sit around and say, we need to get this many of this. We need to get this and this. It's like, I love these people. I would like to spend my summer with them. Let's bring them all out. And then it's sort of a puzzle where we sit around with, our favorite like 25 at the end once you've been to CBS. And we have pictures of all of you guys and we all sit around a table and we see the mixture and what do we think? And these two people maybe are too similar. Let's put somebody else in, or this person. I think that this would be kind of fun to make a mix, but there's no like, you have to get one person like this and you have to get one person like this. It's not a formula like that. Cue all of the fans going, you're a liar. Well, it's not. We literally try to put the best people on for the show. And Big Brother has a fairly young viewing audience. And those are the people who have the time to do a show like this. The reason why we don't get a ton of older applicants, is because they usually have jobs that they can't leave for 3 months, families that they can't leave for bills, kids, dogs, like all these things. And sometimes life won't allow them 3 months. It's easier for people to apply when they don't have some sort of 9-to-5 job that they're going to lose. And so we end up getting the majority of younger applicants. And sometimes it's difficult to get people with like legitimate jobs because I know right now they're saying, well, I would leave my job, but really when you're faced with it, to leave your job is a big deal.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's okay. I'm going to leave my job and I'm going to win. And that is a great attitude to have. And you should think you're going to win, but every single person in the house thinks they're going to win. And sometimes when the reality sets in that there's a possibility I might not win and I might come home to no job, that's hard.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's so crazy because people are like, all the people, but not a lot of them are really down to do that. I mean, me myself, completely honestly, right now, I could tell you that if I was older with something already going on in my life, no one will ever be able to throw me in the house. I'd be like, no, it's a big no for me.
Yeah, and a lot of times they want to, and they're like, my wife is cool, or my husband is the biggest fan. I know yes, let's go. And then when it starts to become real, they're like, I talked to my wife and she literally said she would leave me if I get on the show. Yeah, it's like not until it's real. And I've had those scenarios happen a million.
I mean, in 20
years, my
years,
boss is a fan. He will be cool. Cut to ask boss. My boss is like, hell no. My wife will be okay. My kids will be okay. It's like, until you're there and you're like, like this is getting close. I'm now a finalist. I need to have a conversation with this person. Yeah. And sometimes the people are like, like we have 2 small kids. I'm not going to watch the kids by myself for 3 months. No, I love you, but you can't go.
Yeah, so, exactly. No. Yeah. So in 20 years, I'm pretty sure you've seen everything.
Everything.
A
little bit of everything. Yeah, I know.
Oh my. So. And what happened? I also want to talk about inclusivity, because I've got a lot of questions about that too. I'm just not trying to answer specific questions. I'm just trying to make an idea of what people really want to know, and people want to see, for instance, why there is not enough black people in the cast or whether there is not enough this and that. I'm gonna tell you first what I think, and then you tell me what you think. Okay. So I think that in order to make like a great cast, it shouldn't be really based on what color of the skin or where these people come from, or if this one has an accent, or if this one's gay or not. I feel like it should be more based on personalities, you know. But we're in these times right now that everything is about like, oh, but I want representation of this, representation of that. And if you really put together the population of USA, I mean, there is minorities and stuff, and I honestly think the show always has done a really good job representing. They put like someone there, probably not someone with the best personality ever, but you know what? They're listening to the fans. So what do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, it doesn't matter who we put in that house. There's going to be a small portion of fans who are going to complain no matter what.
Yeah.
If you go down my comments of Twitter or whatever, I need to just start like copying, pasting, and making some sort of document, because it literally is like, why are the house guests so old? Next one. Why are the house guests too young? Next one. Why are the house guests so ugly this year? Next one. Why are the house guests? Why do they all look like models? Next one. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter who I put in there, what age they are, what ethnicity they are. Of course, we want it to be inclusive. I think that this season is a great season. I mean, we have like, Hispanic mom, and we have Indian guy, and we have a lot of different types of people that we haven't had in the past that I'm excited about. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I could have an entire ethnic cast, and then I'm going to have people saying, why is the cast ethnic? Why don't we have more of this? Why don't we have more of that? And everybody contradicts everybody.
I feel like you could put on the show 16 gods perfectly. I don't know.
Why are
gods?
they so gaudy?
Why are they so gaudy? This does not represent me.
It just, listen.
You're never going to make everyone happy.
I love Big Brother. I work my butt off. I do everything I possibly can. My staff works hard. We try our hardest. Unfortunately, I'm never gonna make everybody happy, and that's just something I've accepted.
Yeah.
And when I read something on social media asking me this, I know the next comment is going to be like the opposite of what that person just said. So, why don't you have all super fans? You should have less super fans. Why? I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. So I do my best. I enjoy the show, and that's all I can do.
Guess what? At the end, all those fans are gonna still watch.
Listen, I'm not here to make anyone unhappy. I want
it's entertainment, for God's sake.
I want everyone to love it. But if we had a cast of all lovely, nice, fun people, then I would get comments of, where's the drama? These people are boring. And then all of a sudden you cut to 100%. People who are like really gaming hard. And then it's like, these people are mean. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm exhausted just talking about this.
So, and I also want to ask you a few questions about this new season, Big Brother 21. So, are you excited for this season?
Yes, so excited. I'm really excited, yeah.
Sweet. So, I mean, a lot of people asking me the same thing about the older people. Why no more older people? I'm like, you have someone there who's like 53, the guy Cliff, right? So like,
And he's like hardcore super fan. Like, he said he knew stuff that I was like, what? Like, that's season 2 stuff. Like,
I hope he does good.
I hope he does good too.
Yeah, I saw that, and a lot of people were saying on Twitter that he's following almost everyone. He's even following me on Twitter. I was like, okay,
that's amazing. Yeah,
so
he is like
super fan,
legit,
like crazy. Oh my
super
god,
fan. I'm sure his family is just so excited. He is like living his dream.
So why aren't there any veterans this year in the house?
Why aren't there any veterans?
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't any last year.
I know, but I'm just asking.
Is that what they're asking? I mean, I because we decided not to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I think I honestly I do think it works better with with like a new cast, because I don't know, like when you have a veteran there, unless they're gonna do like a crazy twist of like half veteran, half this, so they can come like a big battle or something.
When it comes to any sort of like casting twist, those wouldn't be my ideas. It would come from the network, and they would say, these are our plans this year. This is what I want you to do. Try to find these people. We want these veterans. We want this. I mean, it's not.
You just put the people there. You just put like the chicken there, and then they pick them.
I mean, not so much like that, but twists and veterans and returning players would not come from me.
Okay.
I mean, if they decided they were going to have a season of like half veterans, I would definitely be in the conversation of who should we go out to.
Yeah.
But the concept of having returning players wouldn't be my idea. So don't yell at me about it.
Yeah. No, yeah, a lot of people also, I saw a lot of questions that really had to do with like production and small things like the design of the house and stuff.
I mean, JC, didn't you know that I do everything?
Yeah.
That I produce the show, I direct the show, I'm the cameraman, I have to do with the live feeds, I have to do with the microphones,
you have to do with the lights
lighting,
on the lighting.
I do the comps. I'm literally like, you guys.
We need to say that you're being sarcastic because people really believe everything you say.
It's a one-man show.
Robyn, what? Robyn has to do with the lighting in the show.
It's a one-man show. No.
This is something I learned after the show. You can be sarcastic anymore. I love being sarcastic, but every time I would do something sarcastic or play with my friends or throw like a joke to them, they thought I was being mean or something. No more sarcasm.
No more sarcasm. I do not do any of those things.
Yeah.
I am the casting director.
Yeah.
Once the cast enters the house and the door is closed, I no longer work on the show. I have other shows that I work on.
Yeah.
I have a casting company. Big Brother is one of the shows that we cast.
Okay.
So I'm on other projects right now. I have nothing to do with production. I know nothing. I actually, twists and turns that are, I don't know what's coming. I'm literally a viewer like everybody else. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm there every Thursday for the evicted person. I sit with that person, and that is all the time I spend at the house every Thursday. That's it.
So for all of you listening and watching,
That's all I do.
Just take it easy
I'm a
with
nobody.
Robyn. No, she's very important, but you guys sometimes really get crazy with her, and it's just not fair, right?
And then they're like, "But you know the people. Can you please tell them?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not gonna tell them because why would they listen? I'm a nobody. Why would they listen to me? Why would I tell the director what to do? Like, I'm the casting person. I am not above the director. I am not above the producers. So no, I'm not gonna tell them anything. I think they're doing a great job as is."
Yeah, I mean, if the show is still on after 21 seasons, they must be, all of you must be doing something good.
Something's happening.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% right there with
Right.
you. So you are a huge basketball fan. So that's why I'm rocking this for the listeners.
The Heat.
I have the Heat thingy. I just wanted to put some basketball thing on, but I didn't know you weren't a fan.
The fact that you're about to ask me a basketball question, I love you. That's amazing. I can't wait to hear what it's going to be.
I mean, I kind of know the answer, but a lot of people out there don't really know you. They know everything about Big Brother, but what's your favorite team?
I mean, I guess it'd be Team USA.
But really quick, so
Inside question.
Robyn invited me to a game, and I'm not really that much into the basketball game, so I just saw the two flags, Canada and USA, and I'm like, wait, is this Canada against USA?
Yeah,
but it was
we were at a Lakers game.
It was Lakers with whom?
With Jeannie Buss.
Yeah, but like, what was the other team? The other team was I think it was Chicago.
I don't know. I'd have to go back.
It had like white. It had like a white uniform with red. White and red.
It could be Chicago.
Okay, then it was Chicago. Yay! So
I don't necessarily remember. Sorry,
what's your favorite team? Tell me. What's your favorite team?
Well, I mean, Lakers have definitely been I mean, I'm born and raised LA. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. Have been my whole life. And
you're very into it because you walk into that stadium like it's your house.
Yeah,
you know exactly
man.
what to do, what to see. You're like, oh my god.
I'm very fortunate that that one of my very good friends is Jeannie Buss, and I actually met Jeannie through sort of the reality TV world. And we've been friends for 15 years. You know, she loves Big Brother. I love the Lakers.
She's the owner of the Lakers. Yeah, I got to meet her too. That was pretty cool.
You had no idea who she was, but
I know, but I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah, and
that was a fun game.
And it really was a fun game.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? So yeah, because of the Big Brother and reality world, you get to meet and be friends with all these crazy celebrities. I met there that day also George Lopez and some other celebrities I didn't even know their names, and it was pretty cool. It was the coolest thing ever. Do you like that life? Do you like this lifestyle?
I love hearing. I mean, I don't have a super fancy, cool lifestyle, but I do love hearing when there are celebrities who watch Big Brother, because it's a fun show, and I tell people like, just watch 3 episodes and you can't turn it is literally the biggest addiction ever of the summer. So
you're right. So many celebrities watch Big Brother.
I know.
Do you know who was the first celebrity that I saw right after I got out of the house, the studio right there, that was waiting for me outside? They were waiting for me outside, specifically for me, not for Tyler, not for KC. They were waiting for. He was waiting for me.
Bobby Moynihan. I know he's a big fan.
I met that one too. No, but it was AJ from the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, AJ.
He was just there waiting for me. I was like,
every year.
Oh my god!
I know, and
that's
you know
so
what?
Crazy.
I've become fairly good friends with AJ because he's such a huge fan.
Yeah.
And I brought him to the house like midsummer, and we got to like walk through the cross, and watch you guys through the glass. So like
that was last year when we were there.
Yeah, so so me and AJ were literally like creeping on you guys. I still remember Tyler was in the DR. You know what? I remember exactly when it was. It was Tyler's DR. I remember we were watching him through the glass, and Tyler's DR. He was talking about the plan to get rid of Brett. And AJ and I are like we're hearing it for the first time. Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. They're gonna get rid of Brett. We're like, no, don't do it. It's hilarious that we got
so crazy because these are things that I didn't know. Yeah. So that means that we're there living in the house and we have like hardcore huge celebrities watching us through the glass. Are you serious?
I don't think it happens a lot, but every once in a while there might be somebody that a tour they'll bring around. You guys are just like, it's like a zoo. We walk in and we're like, there are the penguins to the left, and it's so weird.
Now I feel even worse about the blind spot. Oh my God.
We didn't see any blind spot.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Any new plans? Anything crazy that you're coming up with? I mean, I know you're already super overworked. So,
yeah.
But
we're working on a new show for National Geographic. It's called Race to the Center of the Earth, and it's the producers of The Amazing Race. And we're going to take 4 teams of 3 people. They all start different places around the world. Whoa. And it's a race for all of them to get to a center spot. And one of those 4 teams is going to win $1 million.
What?
So it's like, it's not like Amazing Race. Like, it is hardcore people who have done adventure racing. And so you have to be very athletic. You have to be good at just about every single thing you can possibly, in the snow. You have to be good in the water. You have to be good in the desert. You have to be good climbing. You have to be good running. I mean, it's super athletic people. And we're casting that right now. It's really fun.
That's crazy. Yeah, oh my gosh. Whoa.
And I wish I had the website with me, but if you go to my Twitter, I always talk about the different shows, and it's at casting, KASSTING, and I will post something about the show. You can apply there, but just know it is for hardcore athletes, not like weekend warriors, but like hardcore athletes.
So if you want to watch hardcore stuff happening on reality TV, that's a show for it.
I mean, one out of 4 teams is gonna win $1 million, so it's gonna be hard.
Oh my God! So where can we find you online? I mean, you just said but your Twitter handle, Instagram,
Twitter and Instagram both at casting, KASSTING. You can always go to my website, castinginc.com, and it will always talk about the different shows I'm casting at the time, and I'm everywhere.
Well, I want to tell you that you have been doing an amazing job with Big Brother.
Thanks,
hopefully, the next 20 seasons is going to be all your people, and it's going to be you casting still.
Holy
and
shit,
more shows. You're just going to become like the queen and empire of casting here. Robyn Kass right here. Thank you so much for coming, and you're the best person ever and so nice. And again, thank you.
Don't be scared of me.
No, I won't. Never again. Thank you, Robyn. And this was it for today. So
thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.